confianza. Después de una semana difícil, de visitante, pero se consiguen resultados positivos, ¿cómo se siente y cómo se siente el equipo?
Sí, una semana complicada, semana larga, que empieza en casa contra Louisville, después se viaja a Nuevo México y terminamos en Oakland. Cuando viajamos el día martes y no volvimos a casa hasta el domingo. Entonces bastante cargas mentales, cargas físicas, y la verdad que el equipo respondió bastante bien. Parece que si sacamos una conclusión de los 3 partidos, dominamos, controlamos y fuimos superiores en los 3, respetando mucho al rival. Se jugó de la manera que quisimos jugar de visitante, tanto como en los 2 partidos de local, y bueno, lastimosamente solo se pudo ganar uno, pero si sumamos y sacamos una reflexión de la semana, me parece que termina siendo una semana sumamente positiva para el equipo y para nosotros también. Así que ya pensando en lo que va a ser este partido de local, que va a ser bastante importante contra un buen rival, y nos da la oportunidad de competir contra un equipo que está arriba, y eso a mí me motiva mucho. Me gusta siempre competir contra la gente que está bien.
What's your thoughts on Memphis heading to this one? I mean, just a team that's obviously has not lost much, to be frank, in the last couple of months.
Yes, it's a very strong team with a very good coach. They have a clear idea. They have a clear identity. They have a lot of players that now been together for over a year and a half, almost 2 years, and that makes the team very strong and also very dangerous. Now, when you put all of those things together, and also they're in a good form of run, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. We see it for us as a highly motivational game. It motivates you to play versus teams that are doing a good job, and you want to measure yourself versus those teams. Now for us, we're in a good form of run right now. We had a great week that started at home versus Louisville, and then it ended with 2 very difficult road matches. And again, our processes are different than Memphis, but we're definitely in an ascending curve. We're in the right direction, and this is going to be an important game in front of our people. So let's see how it goes tomorrow to recover the boys again, and we want to be fully fresh physically and mentally for a game that's going to demand a lot out of all of us.
How much do you kind of, look at this game, against a team like Memphis? You're on this good run, be able to announce to the league a little bit like, we're here, we've arrived type of idea?
We try to stay balanced. For us, it gives you the motivation, like I was saying before, to always play versus teams that are doing a good job, versus a good coaching staff. But our motivation always, the biggest part of our motivation comes from within. I've always said this, right? My motivation comes, and the staff and the players' motivation, it comes from who we represent, for the organization we represent, and that's our biggest motivation. It's when we step on the field understanding that what are the things that we need to do in order to perform, and especially when we're in front of our people. If we do those things properly, and then you add up that extra motivation, that is a team that is doing a good job and we respect a lot, it puts you in a position to hopefully put in a good performance that leads to a good result, and then in front of our people. So again, for us, it's another game. It's an important game, but our motivation comes from within.
How important is it for the boys to see the process work and to get a late goal against Oakland and to score 3 against New Mexico and really see it in action and bearing results?
Yeah, it's important. Yeah, right. It's versus Oakland, New Mexico, even Louisville. So it's been now 8 goals in 4 matches. So the team this was one of the things that we identified, and we talked about this a few weeks ago about, yes, the team is playing well, you're controlling games, you're holding possession, but you're not creating enough. So now we made some tweaks, and we've seen that the players are enjoying it. It's given us more production in the final third that is leading to more goals. Now we're very ambitious, and we want to keep pushing, and we always want more. And now we hope that we can see that continuous growth and development carrying on this week. Yes, we've been doing things a lot better, and we're in a clear ascending curve, but there's also a lot of things that we need to keep improving, and we want to keep connecting performances to results. So we want to be able to keep playing well, being able to keep controlling games the way we want to control them, being able to create a lot of chances that leads to goals, and then score goals that leads to wins. So this Saturday at home, hopefully we can do all of those things, and we can send 10,000 people very happy home after a good result.
And kind of bouncing off of that, so Memphis, you haven't played them this year. Last year you did, and they came out on top. So what kind of adjustments are being made just for this match on Saturday?
Yeah, that talk about the continuous growth and development is identifying which are our strengths and also which are our weaknesses, making sure that we keep getting stronger in those strengths and working on the weaknesses. Now for us I said it in the press conference after a game, when teams come to Phoenix, if we score 2 goals at home, we should be able to win those games. Teams shouldn't be able to come to Phoenix and score 2 goals or more. So for us that's an area that now we need to keep improving, which is if we're going to be able to put 2 in the back of the net, especially playing at home, trying to keep the clean sheet or minimizing the opponent's opportunities to hurt us. So for us that's some of the adjustments we've made this week is focusing, obviously always thinking going forward, but also what are we doing when we don't have the ball? How can we protect ourselves? How can we minimize the opportunities that we give the opponent to score goals here? It's going to be very, very hot on Saturday. It's going to be a very long game, and we have to make sure that we take care of our opportunities and we don't give many opportunities to the opponents, because when teams come here and they start feeling it in the second half, if they have a goal or 2, makes them sit back, and then they sit on that very low block that you guys have seen for the past month when the teams come at home, and it's difficult to break down those teams then.
Profe, hablando un poco de los cambios que usted dice que ha hecho para estos últimos partidos, regresó Fede Varela. Cuéntenos un poco sobre su actuación y qué piensa sobre él.
Muy contento por Fede, porque venía de un buen partido contra Oakland, que habíamos jugado de local, venía de hacer gol, y bueno, tiene una pequeña lesión que lo mantuvo fuera de la alineación titular por 2 partidos, y después vuelve en Oakland y tiene un buen partido. Entonces, para nosotros tener a Fede siempre es importante, para mí como entrenador, para el staff y también para el grupo, para sus compañeros. Así que Fede, como todos los jugadores, son importantes, y mientras más jugadores podamos tener sanos para poder jugar, pues va a ser mejor para todos nosotros.
Memphis have 2 of the better low-lying playmakers in the league, with Malloy and Kelly. Have that ability to just go direct, right, and pick out those passes, especially on the flanks. Is that something that affects your defensive shape at all, especially on the 4-back, as you guys might have to play?
Every time you play good players, this is something that you have to be aware of what are the things that they can do, and how can we minimize the chances or opportunities we give them. Malloy is one of the best players in this league. Everybody knows it. He plays as a pivot, but he's a top 3 in chances created in the league. So this is definitely a player that we need to keep close. We'll make some adjustments, but we always think first on us and then on the opposition. So we'll make sure we'll be ready to counter arrest whatever Malloy can do or the other players, because at the end of the day they have Buckmaster, they have Akeem Ward, they have Quisiero, and it's a good team, man. It's a very good team, and we just have to make sure that we're ready to face whatever they bring in.
Profe, una de las armas más peligrosas de Phoenix definitivamente ha sido su goleador Manu Arteaga. Cuéntenos un poco sobre él y qué piensa sobre sus actuaciones.
Muy feliz por Manu porque ustedes lo han visto cómo se entrena, cómo trabaja, la clase de compañero que es. Es un muy buen compañero en el camerino. El otro día pudo haber pateado un penal y se lo dio al compañero porque no había hecho gol para levantar sus niveles de confianza. Entonces se lo merece. Cuando las cosas buenas le pasan a gente que es buena, uno se motiva y se emociona el doble. Así que estoy muy feliz por él. Estoy seguro que nos va a dar muchísimas alegrías más, y como todos sus compañeros tenemos que seguir apretando, tenemos que seguir concentrados, y estoy seguro que Manu nos va a dar muchas más alegrías.
And now that Kev has been playing a few games in the Gold Cup, what can you speak about his versatility with him playing a completely different role than what he's been playing here at Rising?
Oh, it's great. When I saw the lineup versus the US and I saw that Kev was in the middle of the field, I was very happy. Kev's played that position for multiple years. He played it in Phoenix for a lot of years as well, and when we came in, we moved him to a center back position. But while he was playing as a center back, he was touching the ball and making more passes than when he was in the midfield for Phoenix. So he's been on the ball this year a lot more than years past when he was in the middle. So I'm so happy for him. I've seen his growth, not just professionally but also personally as a leader, how much he's speaking up, and when you watch the games now with the national team versus the US, last night versus Trinidad, the way he's speaking up, he's leading, he's celebrating the goals with his teammates and the fans, it speaks high volumes of his growth and his development. So I'm very, very happy for Kev. I'm sure his teammates have been reaching out to him, and I mean we're coaches now. We coach him when he's here, but right now I'm a supporter and I'm a fan of Kev in the national team. So as the other teammates, so that's how we see it.
Any update on injuries?
Yes, you're gonna see a surprise on the 18th, and a surprise that makes me smile. Look, I'm smiling as I'm talking to you because Cuello is gonna hopefully be back with us, and this is someone that has worked so hard to be back. This is someone that's been very influential, not just when he's on the field, but also being off the field. Being influential on the field is easy, or easier for players, because you're on the field, you're active, you're doing things. But players that find a way to be influential in a positive way when they're not playing are players that are important, are players that we need to take care of. And Emi's been one of those. He's been hurt now for a lot of weeks, for over 2 months, and he hasn't been away. He's been positive, he's been influential, he's been in every pre-game speech, in every halftime speech, in every home game that we've been. And that's important for me, and that's important for the teammates. So we're very, very happy to have him back. And I hope that he can see minutes as well, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to help us out.
Profe, tácticamente, ¿cómo le ayuda el regreso de Emil Cuello?
No, importantísimo. Un jugador que puede jugar en las 4 posiciones de arriba, puede jugar como un falso 9, puede jugar como extremo por los 2 lados, y por supuesto su posición nata, que es de número 10. Jugador dinámico, atlético, que puede crear chances él solo yendo hacia adelante, o puede crear chances para sus compañeros también. Así que estamos sumamente felices de tenerlo de vuelta, y como te dije, ojalá lo podamos ver jugar el sábado, porque se lo merece.